Jean-François Millet was not interested in glory, did not paint kings, generals, or mythic heroes. Painted people who bent their backs to the earth. People whose names history rarely remembers. And in doing so, he changed the meaning of greatness. Millet was born in 1814 in a small farming village in Normandy, France. His family were peasants, generations of them. He grew up close to the soil, too hard work, too long days that ended not in applause, but exhaustion. But there was a duality to his youth. While his hands were calloused from the plow, his mind was fueled by the classics. He was a peasant who read Virgil in the original Latin and could recite Shakespeare by heart. He didn't just see the dirt, he saw the epic weight of human existence within it. From an early age, Millet learned that survival was not poetic. It was repetitive, unforgiving, necessary, and this would become the quiet heartbeat of his art. Though he showed talent for drawing, Millet's path was not easy. He left his rural world to study in Paris, a city obsessed with elegance, history, and spectacle. The art world expected grand themes, classical gods, biblical drama, idealized beauty. Millet gave them none of that. Instead, he kept returning again and again to the lives he knew best. In the 1840s, Millet moved to Barbizon, a small village near the forest of Fontainebleau. There, far from Parisian salons, he found his true subject, not nature as decoration, but nature as labor. He painted farmers sowing seeds, women gathering grain, men resting after brutal days of work. He painted them large, monumental, as if to say, these lives matter. One of his most famous works, The Gleaners, shows 3 women bending over a harvested field, collecting leftover stalks of wheat. There is no drama, no narrative climax, only repetition. And yet, when the painting was first shown, it caused outrage. Why? Because Millet had dared to give the poor a scale once reserved for heroes. To many critics, this felt threatening. France had recently lived through revolution. To show peasants with dignity, even solemnity, was seen as political. Millet insisted it was not ideology, it was memory. He once said that what moved him most was the human side of art. In the Angelus, perhaps his most famous painting, we see 2 peasants standing in a field at dusk, heads bowed in prayer. A church bell rings somewhere in the distance. There is no visible church, no clergy, only silence, earth, and faith. The painting feels timeless, as if it could belong to any century. It speaks not of religion as institution, but of belief as endurance. Millet's figures are not romanticized. Their clothes are worn, their hands are heavy, their faces are often turned away, yet they carry a gravity that commands respect. He once said, "I want to make the trivial serve to express the sublime." Millet struggled financially for much of his life. He was often misunderstood, sometimes mocked for painting ugliness instead of beauty. But younger artists were watching. Vincent van Gogh would later call Millet a father figure, copying his works again and again, not to imitate them, but to learn how to paint truth. Millet did not see himself as revolutionary, yet his work quietly shifted art away from spectacle and toward empathy. He showed that art did not need drama to be profound, that silence could speak, labor itself could be sacred. Jean-François Millet died in 1875, before he could see how deeply his work would influence modern art, but his vision endured. Today, his paintings remind us of something easy to forget, that dignity does not depend on recognition. that meaning can be found in repetition, that ordinary lives lived honestly are extraordinary. Millet painted the people who fed the world, and in doing so, he gave them a kind of immortality. If you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing. Helps keep these quiet stories alive.